All right, hi guys. I wanted to take you along with me while I did some chores this afternoon. I did this morning run out real quick and make sure everybody had water, and just did a head count. We had quite a few appointments this morning, so I just had to hurry up and run out and check. But now, since it's nap time, I'm going to go out and do like full water fill-ups, feed everyone, just walk around. So we'll do like a little chore and chat sort of deal. If you hear a baby crying in the background, she's just going to sleep and she's overtired at the moment, because we had appointments this morning and, you know, she didn't nap as well as she should have this morning. So I have to fill up water here in my sink, or not in my sink, in my kitchen, because, well, our hose is broken, which we need to hurry up and deal with and fix. That's actually, I believe, next on Colby's to-do list, is fix the pipe to the hose connection, because we have a birthday party coming up in August. All the girls are born in August, and we do a big slip and slide party. And for the slip and slide, we pump water up from the river, but for the blow up water slide, we use our hose. So we need to get that fixed, and then that'll make chores a lot easier for me. I can just drag a hose around instead of filling up jugs in my kitchen and taking them out. So that's what I'm doing right now, is filling up jugs in my kitchen. Each of my waterers holds 3 gallons of water, so I take 3 gallons of water with me out to the chicken coop, and then I come back in, fill up the jugs again, and take 3 gallons of water out to the other side of the house where the geese are. But I'll take you with me and we'll do that. Hopefully I can hold my phone and 3 gallons of water. If not, I'll just walk out to the garage or shed without it and then pick back up where I left off. But yeah, so that's our plan. Colby's been getting the yard ready because, you know, people are coming over and his yard has to look pristine because he's Colby, and our yard always does look wonderful. And I do like that. He just spent the last 2 days digging out under the trampoline and digging out under our picnic table and putting edging, and then mulch under it, and then putting it back so he doesn't have to mow under there, because it's annoying to move things and mow under when they just sit in the same spot. So he just made it so he didn't have to mow under it, and it looks very nice. But I have to carry this water out, so I'll see you guys again when I get to the shed. So this is how I go out with my 3 gallons of water. So it's a chore. So hopefully as soon as we can get that hose connection pipe fixed, that will be fabulous, because this is quite frankly annoying. When I got out to the shed, I realized in my hurry this morning, I reclosed the shed doors. So here I am reopening them, which I had to do a voiceover of me doing this because I realized my neighbor was outside, and I feel really weird about talking and filming with my neighbors outside. So I'm just opening the doors here, and then Colby attached these chains for me and a hook so I can hook them open, and the wind won't blow them shut. Okay, so I got out to the shed now, and I'm going to go in and give them some more water. They all heard me, so they came in. Bear with me while I pick the jugs up. Oh, stay in there, birds. Alright, but here is everyone, well, not everyone, but my turkeys and my guineas. Where's Mr. Meatloaf? Oh, that's him in the doorway. There's Meatloaf. Hi, Meatloaf. They're hot. It is hot in the shed, but I do have a fan for them, and then obviously they have outside access. I know that you shouldn't have a water in your coop, but it's in a shed that gets locked up every night, so I don't know. I like to have the water in here, but I can understand why people don't. So let's fill this up. Hi, editing Erica here. So I know some of these are really weird angles, or like just really weird ways I'm holding the camera while I'm trying to fill up the water, but I was having a very hard time trying to figure out how to hold the camera, fill up the water, and I didn't even think about grabbing my tripod and setting that up so I could just talk, fill the water up, and you guys could watch. So enjoy some of these weird ways I'm holding the camera. While I'm filling it up, we'll watch the birds. They do need some more food. They had some, but they need some more. But my 4 turkeys, they like to come hang out with me while I'm in here. Oh, there's only 3 turkeys. Anyway, they usually are all in here. That's a guinea. The guineas are very spastic. If you've never had a guinea, they're just crazy, and I wouldn't really recommend them. But I got this weird thought in my head that, oh, maybe I'll become a guinea breeder. And then I got guineas again because we had them when I was a kid. And I was like, yeah, that was a stupid idea. But they're here, and they're cared for, and they are loved, but they don't love me. And anytime a neighbor dog barks, they just lose their ever-loving minds. So, I don't know. They're very loud. They're obnoxious. They are great for tick prevention and all of that nonsense, but I don't know. I just, like, I think to myself now, like, why did you think that was a good idea, Erica? Not a good idea. Poor birds. Go outside. It's hot in here. You have a waterer outside, and I know it's full. Yeah. Go out there. I'm okay. So, that's that. The water is full, which there was still some in it anyway. So that must be a little bit bigger than a 3-gallon. I wonder if it's a 5-gallon. But now that they have water, oh my God, I thought I locked myself in here and I'm the only adult. I don't know what I would do. With 3 sleeping toddlers in the house, that would have been great. I probably would have just had to break out and then told Colby, oops, sorry, you have to fix this. But it is what it is. He would have been like, oh, Erica. So I feed an all flock, 20% crumble, not medicated. And then I feed a game bird 30% crumble, like I mix it together. That way the turkeys get the vitamins and the protein that they need. And then the all flock is because I have chickens, turkeys, guineas, and geese. So I just alternate every scoop. One of the all flock, one of the game bird starter. And then once everybody's older, I'll just do the all flock because the game bird starter, high protein is only needed when they're babies. But their water's full. Their food thing's full, and I know their water thing outside is full. So, oh, there's Meatloaf looking up the ramp. It's hard to see with the light. Now I make the trek back inside to fill up my 3 jugs to take out to the geese. So, we'll go do that. It's been so nice out. Like, yes, it's warm, but it's not like sweltering hot. It's just been, you know, pretty nice out. Like, I love this weather way more than I do snow, so I'll take it any day. But when it's like super hot, super humid, I'm like, oh. But also, I would love to move down south. So if I move down south, I just have to get used to it. We have 5 kids and we have an age gap. Like our oldest is 10 years older than our youngest. So like we can't wait too much longer because she's going into middle school this year. And we don't want her to be too old, but we don't want like the little ones to be so little because we do rely on help from like family around here. So if we, oh, the cat just scared the crap out of me. So if we don't have a ton of help from, you know, our family, then we don't want everyone to be super little. So we're trying to figure out the line between like too little and too old. But hopefully eventually we get down there. I have a dream, well, I have 2 dreams, but my one dream is to own like 15 acres back in the woods where like the driveway is lined with trees and you go back and it opens up to this big beautiful farmhouse with a pond and a barn. But then my other dream is that we would like downsize completely, which would take away from my homestead, and we would get a camper, like a toy hauler or something where we would all fit, and we would travel. And I'm a CNA, so I would travel as work as a traveling CNA. And so I'd work like 3 12-hour shifts, and then the rest of the week we could just play, hang out. Colby could stay home because as a traveling CNA I would make enough money if we just had a camper and a truck and all that. So those are my 2 dreams that we're like throwing around. Colby's great with whatever. He's so easygoing. He's like, as long as we're together and we're down south, I don't care. So we're just throwing that around. The kids obviously would have to be homeschooled then, which I've been throwing that around anyway. But yeah, so those are the two dreams, fantasies, whatever, that I have. And hopefully someday we'll do one of those things. But for now, we love our house. We love our life here. We are around family. It's all great. But those are just the things I think about, dream about. So our geese, hello geese, are out here, and they just love to poop on this concrete, and it drives me nuts. But they're geese, and that's what geese do. So we take their water out for them. I realized while editing this that the geese are super duper loud and you can't actually hear what I'm saying anyway. But here I am walking down and I realized that, oh no, they indeed do not have water. So I'm trying to hold the jugs, make sure they don't knock them down, undo their water thing from the stupid bottom. I hate these ones with the stupid bottom. Here I laid it down on the water jug so I could use 2 hands. But the poor things, they were trying to get water. They were dumping the water. They were just, you know, being geese, and they needed water. And I do talk about them not having water in the next clip, but here she just dumped that, so I had to pick it back up and start refilling it, and then she almost dumps it again. And they're just going crazy, and they're very loud, so even though I'm talking, you can't hear it. But here I am fighting for my life, trying to fill up a waterer for some geese and doing my wacky phone holds while I'm doing it. These angles that I'm doing just crack me up. I hope you guys are seeing the humor in it instead of just being annoyed by my horrible filming skills. I apologize for that. I will do better. I am learning as I go, and I realize I need to use my tripod now. That's why I bought it, but here we are. So that was a really big my bad on my part. My poor geese were out of water. This morning when I came around 8 to check, they did have water. Now it is 1 o'clock maybe, so they were out of water for a little bit, which I do not like to do because I know geese, waterfowl, should not be out of water, but I gave them water now and they seem okay. I'll keep an eye on them to make sure they're all right, but I do feel really bad. Like, I don't ever like my animals to go without water, especially in this heat. Like, obviously it's warm out. I think it's 83 out, and I wouldn't want to go without water. And I always think to myself, like, these animals did not ask to be here. They didn't ask to be put in a pen. They didn't ask to be not be fed, not be watered. So when it does happen, I feel just terrible. I'm very hard on myself about being a good animal keeper and all that. So when I do let them go without water, or some days I come out and they don't have food, I feel very bad. But they're okay, and they're growing like crazy. The little ones are almost as big as the older ones. Hopefully, I'm still hoping that I have 4 females and a male, but this little, she put her head down. This little African mixed one right here that keeps putting its head down, the brown one here, I'm worried about that little knob thing coming in on its beak, so I don't know. Hopefully it's just different because it's a mix, but I don't know. All right, we'll go around and make sure they have food, but they should have food. I filled that up just this morning. So I do keep their food in their little house because they don't use their house if I don't. So they are, if you're new here, they are in a fenced-in area in our side yard. This used to be our dog fence. Our dog got a lot better about like recall and staying in the yard and all of that. So when the geese started to not be nice to my other animals over in the coop, I brought them over here. Colby built them the little goose house. I call it the honker hideout because I don't know if you can see it, but we have the river down there, and I get very worried that the geese would find the river and not come back there. The chickens, the guineas, the turkeys also only free range when we're out watching them because I don't want to be that neighbor that has animals in somebody else's yard. The geese I did try to put a pool out here. It's very hard to fill up a whole pool when you don't have a hose. So once we get the hose fixed, I will get a pool out here for them, so then I won't feel as bad. For right now, as soon as the hose is fixed, we will, yeah. Oh, we will get a little kiddie pool that I can dump every night. This is my basement way. Just don't even look at it. But that's the chores I do in the morning, and then again in the afternoon. This morning I did feed the geese, but I did not feed the chickens and the turkeys and the guineas because I ran out of time. I forgot that we had appointments this morning, and I only got like 3 hours of sleep last night, and then by the time I remembered, it was a half an hour before we had to leave. I still had 3 kids sleeping. The baby needed dressed. I needed to feed everyone. It was hectic. It was chaotic, but we made it work. We got there on time. Everything worked out. But yeah, so since it was nap time, I figured I would go out and do like an extended chore thing since I didn't get to this morning. But thanks for chit-chatting with me, hearing about some of my dreams and hopes, and I hope you guys continue to watch my videos. I love making them. I love to show my animals. I love to learn things from you guys. I love it. This is my favorite thing. When I was a kid, all I wanted to be was a mom, and I wanted to have my own farm. And then when I got older, I found out about being like more self-sufficient. I love that part of it. We did have meat rabbits for that purpose, but that just got too much with having little ones. So yeah, but I just love this life. I'm very happy that I'm so thankful that Colby has a job so I can stay home. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you come back to watch some more videos. See you guys later.